What's up, guys? Eric here, and tomorrow is the big day, and it's actually a little bit earlier than I had anticipated, or well, a little earlier than I had planned. Let's put it that way. And the reason being that I actually have been given entry to the LA Marathon. Here's my bib number. I picked it up today over at Dodger Stadium. I am committed to this race tomorrow morning. Like I say, I was, kind of hanging out. It was more than just going and, just grabbing my bib and coming back to the house. There was that, the whole expo there, and there's a lot of stuff, vendors and different stuff. So it was kind of cool to kind of hang out for a little bit and, look around and see what was there and, that kind of thing. I know tomorrow will be a very different scene. It's going to be 20,000 plus. I think 22,000 people will be there. Am I ready? I am not. Very much not. My running training has been sadly neglected, especially the past few weeks. We've gotten a lot of really bad weather. I've gone to the gym and gotten on the treadmill, but that just melts my brain after about 45 minutes. And the best that I can do is, 4 or 5 miles on a treadmill, and I can't bring myself to do any more of it. The longest runs I've done so far have been a half marathon. That's my litmus test. What I'm hoping is I can maintain the same pace for the second half, which would then put me at about a 6-hour time to complete the marathon. So we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a run-walk kind of situation. I mean, I've been doing other stuff too. I've still been doing a lot of riding as well. I'm commuting to work too, so it's not like I've been sitting on the couch. I've been definitely doing a lot of stuff. So my fitness is still up, but my running technique and fitness, it might be lacking a little bit. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting reveal tomorrow. I almost bailed out on the race. That being one of the reasons. Another reason is that I was, this past week I've been in the midst of a home improvement project that ended up being a bit of a bigger deal than I anticipated. Otherwise, I would have waited till after the marathon to tackle something. But you know how that anybody that owns a house knows that story, where you think, it starts off with changing a light bulb. Next thing you know, you're repainting the kitchen and putting in new cabinets. It wasn't that extreme. I was ripping the carpets out of my living room, but that, of course, like I said, became a bigger thing, trying to do it in and around work and in and around my workouts. I had a gig last night. Of course, I didn't get in until about 3 o'clock this morning. I did sleep in. I had nothing to do all day other than go pick up my bib and finish the thing with the floor, which is finish meaning just putting the furniture back where it belongs. But on top of that, in the midst of doing the project, my garage door jammed. So I was standing there in the rain, my garage door jammed, my carpet all over the driveway, and have this looming marathon. So that was kind of a bit of a moment for myself. Decided to pull my shit together and make this marathon happen. Figured it'll be a fun day. I'm running with some friends, one of whom is my very first personal training client, Tracy, is also going to be doing this race. I've done Spartan races with her, so now I'm doing this marathon with her. And so it's been very cool that even though she's not working with me as a client any longer, we definitely have remained friends, and we get together to do these these sporting events and stuff like that. So that's very, very cool. Another thing that I thought about doing, I decided against it for a couple of different reasons, was I was thinking about upgrading my sports watch. I have been using this Garmin Fenix 3 for probably close to 10 years. I've had this watch, and this thing is flat out awesome. It's been really, really bomb-proof. It's the Garmin Fenix 3 with the sapphire glass on the top. If you plan on getting a Garmin watch, by the way, get the sapphire. Spend the extra money. You're gonna be much, much happier. This thing is barely scratched. Well, it's scratched, but I mean, it's really only around the bezel. You see some of the finish is a little bit worn, but the glass is not scratched at all. I did replace the band. This is just like a whatever nylon band I got from Amazon for $10. I probably should get another one. This one's a little bit rank. Doing mountain bike races with this thing, crashing on the mountain bike, going through the dirt and whatever. Spartan races, going into the mud pit and all that stuff. Used it on all the, it was a great timing device for all the boot camp classes I've done. It came with a heart rate strap. The newer ones actually have the heart rate thing is on the back of the watch, and it measures it through your wrist. I kind of told myself that if I made it to the marathon, I'd treat myself to an upgrade. The current version of the Phoenix is now the Phoenix 7. I was sitting on the couch today, just kind of like, planning my logistics for the morning. Just decided, you know what, I'm gonna wait, just because mostly the thing costs $1,000. Plus, anybody that does any kind of racing, especially like, me coming from mountain bike racing, you never want to change your equipment like literally the night before the race. It's always kind of, at best you end up fighting with it, and it just causes problems. So I'm gonna go with what I know works for tomorrow, and stick with my venerable Phoenix 3 here. It's not broken. There's no reason to, other than just wanting a new watch, there's really no reason to replace this one yet. So it's going to make sure it's fully charged. I might throw it on the computer and do an update just in case there's any updates or whatever. But that's about it. So yeah, using the old Phoenix 3, even though I'm running with a couple friends, they're probably going to be faster than me, so they'll probably take off ahead of me. So I'll be running alone, which means gotta have my music. These are the Open Move headphones by Shocks. These are awesome as well. I really like these. I actually started using these when I was commuting, or when I commute by bike, because it's actually illegal to ride a bicycle on the street with earbuds in. The theory being, of course, that you can't hear oncoming traffic. But these sit in front of your ears right here, and they're bone conducting, so they leave your ears open so you can hear stuff coming up. The bass response is not like something like the Beats headphones that I use when I'm at the gym. You have to understand that. These are not hi-fi audio, like reference headphones. These are to entertain you while you're out doing active stuff, but they're intended to be like just there, but not get in the way. That's what these are made for. All right, you have to understand the difference. They're not studio headphones, but they're nice and light. They're comfortable. You almost kind of forget that you're wearing them. So I definitely, if you think about some headphones to wear, I don't know if they're waterproof. So I wouldn't go swimming, or even maybe whitewater rafting might be a bit of a stretch with something like this. There's a little tab on here where the charge port is, and it's just like a little rubber thing that closes, but I wouldn't call that waterproof. It's sweat-proof. All right, but that's about it. Beyond that, I'm just gonna be using my good old Oakley sunglasses. Again, I bought these for riding. You can see they're clear. They go dark in the sun. Please excuse the smudges, they are dirty right now. Don't mind my dog squeaking his toy over there. I bought them clear. I also wear them at night when I'm riding. When I'm if I'm doing a night trail ride, or if I'm doing riding home from work. I still like something on my eyes, because the cold wind on my eyes makes me tear up. It's kind of like when you cut onions. And it's kind of hard to see where I'm going with the cold wind making my eyes tear up and stuff. So one funny thing about these is when you buy custom Oakley sunglasses, and these are sort of custom. I just spec them on the website. You can have some printing done right down here, and I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to get a close-up for you. I'm a big Iron Maiden fan, and so down here I put the slogan "Up the Irons," but I don't know if it was a typo on my part or a typo on Oakley's part, but they didn't put the S on irons. I'm only upping one iron when I when I wear these glasses. So Steve Harris, I apologize for my typo on my sunglasses, but that's still my way to represent Up the Irons. Alright, as far as food goes, did the usual, just kind of based on past experience with other events, mountain biking in particular. I actually just went with, energy bars. I got a couple of Cliff bars and some Quest bars. I kind of like the Quest bars because they have more protein, and there's only 1 gram of sugar in these, as opposed to the Cliff bars, which are a little more carby, about half the protein, but you got to be careful because these have 17 grams of sugar. So this is pretty much like eating a candy bar. Running a marathon, this is, can be useful. I'm gonna take a couple of these, and probably 2 of each. I don't think I'll eat them all. By the time my body's digesting these, the race will be over. On top of that, I do have some energy goos. These have been sitting in my cupboard for an embarrassing amount of time, and that time is measured in years. So I don't know how old these are. They're, they look okay. Package is not torn, nothing's leaking. I don't think they're going to explode. Since they're super sealed, they're probably fine. I actually just did some Googling and got on a triathlete forum where somebody was asking about the shelf life of goo packs. Everybody's saying, don't worry about it. Even though the official time is 18 months, I know these are way older than 18 months. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm actually going to start with these just so I have, you know, keep the energy going. And then, well, maybe just like have one of these at the beginning of the race. And then kind of top it off with these like every 45 minutes or whatever. And actually says that at the top of the package right there, every 45. So hopefully I won't be puking myself.
Who wants chowder?
And I'm gonna be carrying all this in my running vest. This is actually a trail running vest I bought when I did the Grand Canyon a few months ago. Actually, the main reason I'm carrying this is I just need the extra pockets. So the logistics for tomorrow, again, with that many people and the legendary traffic of Los Angeles, I don't really want to try to drive, even at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning when I'll be going there on a Sunday morning. It's still going to be nutty because there's still going to be 20,000 people going to the same spot. You might as well be trying to drive on Friday night traffic on the 110. So I'm going to actually grab the Gold Line out of South Pasadena, which is only a couple of miles from here. So there's a free parking over there. And then jump on the Gold Line, which should get me over to Union Station by, say, about 5:45, and I have the 6 a.m. shuttle, which will take me up to Dodger Stadium. And then when I'm at the end of the race, I'm just going to jump on the Metro again and ride all the way back to South Pass. So that's kind of my plan. So I'm really using the vest just to have the extra pockets to carry stuff, you know, because I'll look like an idiot if I'm just walking around Los Angeles wearing this thing. It is convenient because it does have these pockets to carry these collapsible water bottles. I'm probably just going to bring one of these because there's going to be water along the route. So just to kind of have a little bit extra in case I need it. The only other thing I'm going to use beyond that is I'm going to bring my GoPro. You know, run my chest mount, so you're going to get my point of view. It's going to be LA Marathon POV. So hopefully it's going to be a fun day. The weather is, I'm showing a 40% chance of rain. Again, that's not really going to bother me all that much, even if it spits a little bit. I've done crazier things in worse weather. At least it won't be like mega hot and everybody overheating and having a problem. Gonna be a fun day. It's definitely gonna be an adventure for sure. So I'm gonna see how this plays out. It's only about 8 o'clock here, but since I have to get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, I'm probably gonna turn in about an hour and a half from now. So, you know, make sure I get some solid sleep because like I said last night, I did indeed have a pretty late night. So I'll see you guys in the morning.
I'd rather do burpees than a marathon.
All right, you heard it here. She wants to do burpees instead of this marathon right now.
Eric and Tracy are gonna do great.
We'll see.
We have all the stores in people right there, the running banana. Nom, 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 nom. I'm gonna catch you at the
Just past the halfway mark, about just under 3 hours. So that means I'm on pace to make it my 6-hour goal, or under 6-hour goal. So we'll see how the next 3 hours goes. Currently running through Hollyweird, going past some of the clubs I used to play at. Alright guys, it's been about a week since the marathon. This is actually my first run since then. I gotta tell you, and I was at about mile 19, mile 20. I was really hating life. Once I got done, it definitely was a quite the sense of accomplishment in finishing. You know, just getting to the end. I ended up having to walk a lot in the second half because my knees were starting to bug me, to a certain extent my ankles too, and my calf muscles were starting to cramp. Thought I was hydrating enough, but maybe not. There was plenty of food and water along the route, so that wasn't a problem. Wasn't quite sure what my mistake was. Or it could just be my first marathon. That's what these things are going to happen. Just kind of shaking it out today. I've actually done a leg day at the gym this past week. I pedaled to work once or twice, so that wasn't a problem. Though I definitely felt a little tired when I pedaled. By the time I got home from work, because I was pedaling to and from with being on my feet all day in between. So right now I'm about just over 3 miles in. I'm not going big today. I'm going to do I think maybe 5 miles today. I am still starting to feel it again in my left knee, so might be time for new shoes. I got these shoes for the Grand Canyon trip I did about 6 months ago. I've done all my running training and of course all my weightlifting and stuff in them, so they're definitely due for, well, retirement as far as running, and still perfectly good to lift weights and stuff, so I'll save them for that and get some legit running shoes. Between weightlifting and running and mountain biking, I've learned the importance of the quality footwear.
He was the patron saint of quality footwear.
Your feet are your foundation. You gotta make sure your foundation is solid before you can do anything else effectively. So I'm gonna go about another mile and a half today, and then call it. Today's kind of a chill out day. I had a gig last night out in Indio. I stayed out there last night. It's one of those gigs where it was far enough away where they provided us with a hotel room. So did the gig and got some food and was just chilling out in the hotel room. Drove home this morning. So I guess the other big question is, will I do another marathon? If you had asked me that a week ago, I'd be like, F no. But as I stand here right now, I think I would, for sure. In fact, one of my colleagues at work flew me into a half marathon that's in Long Beach. I think he said like September or October. So I might go for that one as my next running adventure. You know, so not as much an undertaking, but still pretty big, you know, half marathon. So
So that's what I'm thinking. And, you know, maybe hit the LA one again next year. But as far as the Vegas marathon, which is literally next week, I pretty much decided I'm going to sit that one out. Give myself some recovery. I wished all the luck in the world to my friends who are running that race to qualify for Boston. I'm sure they will. I'm going to get back to more mountain biking because I had to push that aside a little bit to do all the training for the marathon. So I'll be doing that for a while. Maybe spool it back up for the Long Beach half marathon in the fall, and we'll keep on rocking. Thanks you guys for joining me on my first marathon adventure. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.